Hey, you're not in London for long, but if you need any advice on visiting our fine city, the woman to ask is Gugu Mbatha-Raw, because you were a tour guide.
I was. Wow. I was when I was at drama school. I was a tour guide on the London Eye.
Oh.
And their river cruise.
Oh, you did the river cruise too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd be like every Saturday, I'd be like, on your left, ladies and gentlemen, the National Theatre and the Globe Theatre, and I would always riff on all the theatres because that was obviously what I was interested in.
Yeah.
And then also I would do hosting the private capsules of the pods of the Eye.
And of course, this is Valentine's Day. Did you ever work a Valentine's Day on the pod?
Yeah, I actually had a crazy experience working on Valentine's Day. I would be serving champagne and, you know, chocolates. They do this thing called the Cupid's capsule, which was kind of, you know, for couples to have their own sort of private experience.
Did it have curtains?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not, but like, it takes about half an hour to get around the Eye, and at the top, the man sort of got out a ring, got on his knee and like proposed to his girlfriend, and I was like poised there with the champagne and the chocolates, and then she said no and started crying.
Oh my God.
Where about was you when she said no?
At the top.
Oh, no.
At the top. So like still a full 15 minutes to go around, and I sort of turned and like looked out of all of the windows and it was just like the worst and the longest 15 minutes.
For you?
For me, yeah.
Driving him?
Right, so I did keep the chocolates, though. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Now, talking about romance, because was it your first kiss that went quite wrong?
Well, what I thought was going to be my first kiss. I lived in a kind of a rough section of Los Angeles. I don't know, I was about 10 years old, maybe 9. And we'd come home from school, and it was an adventure. You know, you either had to fight your way or something was going to happen on the way home. And this one time I was on a bridge, and I was crossing the bridge, and there were these 2 girls down there. They were teenage girls, maybe 13, 14, and a couple of interesting-looking Latina girls. And in those days, this was back like, I don't know, 1962 or something, they had beehives, really high ones. And they both had them. So they kind of motioned to me to come down beneath the bridge. And even though I was 9 or 10, something spoke to me. I said, this might be good, Just a guy. So I went down there, and one of them said, he's cute. I was feeling pretty good about myself, and the other one said, yeah, I'll give you a kiss. So I thought, yeah, this is going to work out. This is going to be great. And the next thing I knew, out of the corner of my eye, I see this girl whipping something out of her beehive, and it turned out to be a razor blade, and she cut me quick like that. And so my first experience there was a little different than most, I guess. But, so I never got the kiss.
Did it put you off for a while?
Thank you very much, baby. Next week, I was looking down around the bridge.
Men are odd like that. It's like...
It's funny because we have got so much in common. Because my first kiss ended in violence. I was on a guide camp because my mother thought it would stop me from going off the rails. Well, I used to wear my guide uniform to go shoplifting. I thought... Anyway, that's okay. Because nobody suspects a guide. Anyway, went on this guide camp and managed to sniff out some Sea Scouts in a neighbouring field. And I got snoggy with one for the first time. I was about sort of, I think, 12 or 13. And the girl guide leader saw us, and she uprooted a tree. She was a very big woman, and honestly to goodness,
yes.
She picked up this tree and she brought it thrashing down because we were lying on a grassy knoll, snogging. Like that.
And did that teach you a lesson?
No.
We were talking about relationships and things. And no, because in terms of your lovely husband, there's a beautiful story, really kind of just perfectly romantic story about when you kind of knew he was the man for you.
It's very romantic.
This is heartwarming, ladies and gentlemen.
I had had a little too much to drink. This was my life prior. And I had to jump out of a limo before it stopped to not feel bad anymore in a pack of grass. And we had just recently gotten together, and I was like, I don't want to throw up in front of you. Go, walk away. Well, he was trying to rub my back, and I don't know, no one wants to be touched. And he's like, would it make you feel better if I made myself throw up with you? And I was like, yeah. So he, about 4 feet in front of me, shoved his hand down his throat and threw up for him. I was like, that's the most romantic thing.
Oh, are you from Glasgow?
Diane, I think you like the on-screen romance, don't you?
It's the best. I mean, quite frankly, it doesn't get better than on-screen romance. Because, frankly, you know, think of all the men that you get to kiss and you don't pay the price. You know, like, in other words, you don't actually have to have a, you know, the relationship is perfect because you're telling the story, you're in the midst of the story. So, yeah, I've enjoyed it. I enjoy it. And, you know, I also like the audience, and if there's some men out there, you know, that I can kiss, just because it's a friendly gesture. There's nothing wrong with that. First of all, it's just the greatest. I mean, there's nothing better than kissing a man in a movie. And people say that's difficult, but they're wrong. They're dead wrong.
It depends on the man.
Like, look at you and me kiss now.
Okay.
Oh, no.
This is exciting. This is like... I cannot tell you, this is so exciting for me. This is so exciting for me.
First of all, I hit them. Because if you don't hit them, look, he needs punishment.
Okay.
I take the face and say,
Okay.
I'm gonna go like this, you big idiot.
Mwah.
You big idiot.
Mwah.
See what I mean?
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's made my life. That has made my life.
Now I'm gonna kiss Kevin.
Okay, you can...
Can I kiss Kevin?
If Kevin's
Poor
willing...
Kevin. Are you ready, Kevin?
willing.
But then I'm gonna kiss you. Oh, Kevin.
Oh, see, oh, he's so good. That was so good. Go on.
I want to kiss Jessica, too.
Yeah, you have to.
Even though, you know, she's not a man. Look at that girl. First of all, the nose is great, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to touch that sweet nose, right? And then we're going to big kiss like she's my dear daughter, you little baby. You've been bad. You've been a bad boy.
Oh, my God, what is happening?
I don't know about you, but you better be better.
Fabulous.
I feel better.
It's good.
It was okay. I mean, you know, I could try out on the audience, though. It'd be much better.
What a long show that turned into.
Can I just say, bucket list.
Yeah. That was amazing. That was amazing. Back to romance, because I love this story. I want to get this story in, because, you know, those Misconnection columns in the thing, and we all love reading them, but you assume nothing ever comes of those Misconnection columns. Coleman Domingo.
Until you're me. And you're in Berkeley, California in 2005, and you're minding your business going into a Walgreens, which is like a Boots here. So I'm going in there because it's a Sunday night. I live in New York. I'm just going there in Berkeley to get a mask for the night, you know, facial mask. So I'm walking in and I see someone walking out, has beautiful hair down to here, lip piercing, beautiful, beautiful. I see this guy and we look at each other. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm on the phone and I come outside and we look at each other and he's talking to this young woman and she seems to be angry about something. So it's a lot of like, you know, and he keeps looking at me and she's all, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And so I'm like, oh, let me get off the phone. I'm going to get off the phone. I get off the phone. They walk off down the street, but he keeps looking back. And I wave, but he just keeps going. And then I'm just dumbfounded, and I end up in a Blockbuster, you know, across the street, you know, and I don't even know what I'm doing, but I decided to look at my watch, and it was 8:03. And I came back outside, and I thought, is he here? And I thought, well, maybe I'll come back next Sunday, and he'll be here. I'm that kind of hopeless romantic. So anyway, cut to 3 days later, I'm trying to buy a used computer, and I was just scanning Craigslist. They have Craigslist over here, right?
Yeah.
I was scanning Craigslist, right? So I thought, maybe I'll place one of those Misconnections ads. I wonder if they work. Because I would read them on the subway. I go to page 2 of them as I'm reading, and I see, saw you outside of Walgreens, Berkeley. He placed an ad for me 2 hours before.
Come on, bro.
I jumped up. I was like, are you kidding me? That's me. He described me with my faux hawk. It was 2005. And I was like, get out of here. So we met up 3 days later. We had our first date. I was trying to be a good boy and go home. He said, can you stay over? I said, sure, but let's just cuddle. We cuddled. I thought he was asleep, 4 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't sleep, and I said, I think I love you and you're about to change my life. And we've been together for almost 19 years now.
No! That's amazing.
Yeah, I know, right?
What is that?
Oh my
I know.
You are like the most magical creature on the planet.
Oh.
That is, it is amazing, and it really happened. How amazing.
It really happened.
It really
but also,
happened.
I mean, I think I'm somebody who just believes that magic happens.
Yeah.
I really do believe that. And so I feel like, oh, if I want this thing, it'll happen.
Gloria Estefan brings us news of a musical. It's called On Your Feet. It is the story of Gloria and Emilio. It's already been a big hit on Broadway. What is it, like 2 years?
Yeah, we were 2 years on Broadway, and we even had a group of people called the Feeties, the On Your Feeties.
Nice.
Oh,
these were young girls that had seen the show. Yeah, I don't
No,
know. Is
it
that
sounds-
strange in England? Or... Okay.
Yeah. It sounds a bit like feces, that's all.
Oh, no. No. Feeties.
Feces.
Let me say it with the accent. A little weird at the beginning, you know, because there are actually people playing my husband and I on stage. So it was pretty emotional at the beginning, and several times watching it. But my favorite thing was, like, we'd sit in the back row because, of course, on Broadway, they don't want us to disrupt the show and go 1 minute late because the union is very, very strict. And I would love to sit back there, and then there's several points in the show where people are crying, and I'd love to see the big, beefy guys crying, and there was one right in front of me because, of course, they don't know I'm sitting behind him, and the guy is bawling. I mean, he's sobbing. He's asking his wife for tissues, and after the accident thing, he goes, oh, my God, that accident, whatever happened, is she okay? And I go, she makes it. Relax, she makes it.
It is a story of your life, but what an amazing life. You know, a Cuban immigrant, then finding success in America, then global success, the crash you mentioned.
Not a fun night, that.
No, I mean, you're on the tour bus.
Yes.
It crashes. That changed your life.
It did. I wouldn't change it. You know, it really made me live my life in a much richer way in many ways, and the connection that I made with fans, and the fact that I really learned the power of prayer. I was raised Catholic in school, so I'm pretty irreverent. And, I felt people's prayers like I was plugged into the wall. It was amazing, and I used it in my recuperation. I kind of meditated and imagined nerves reconnecting, and it was great, and I'm good. Titanium reinforced. My band calls me Robopop. I could be a droid for real. Come on, Star Wars, what are you waiting for here?
So so there's that in it, but overall, it seems like it's a lovely love story.
It is, very
between
much.
you and Emilio, because now this sounds. Are you lying?
I'm
that
not.
he is your only ever
My
boyfriend?
first and only.
Really?
Yes, he says I don't know any better, that's why it's good. And I tell him that I don't have to have hamburger to know I have filet mignon at home.
Oh, hamburger's good though.
Yeah. Just for a change.
Yeah, you know.
Now we're going to be
Don't knock
married
it.
40 years in September.
Congratulations.
3 together.
40 years.
Yes.
But
It's wonderful.
it's a proper true love story, 40 years in September, but there is something, and it does sound annoying, so there is a quality in him that does annoy you.
Well, it doesn't really annoy me. It actually makes me very happy because he makes me laugh all the time. He's got business neurons in his brain and music, and he's focused on all that. But he is the most absent-minded individual you will ever see. He has left me places forgetting that I was with him when he went to get the car. And this is before cell phone days, so he goes, no, I don't want you to get wet, it's sprinkling. 45 minutes later, backstage, where is he? I call home. He was there. Hello? You forgot me. Oh, I didn't know you were with me. And then he has this other funny thing, like he has a direct connection between his brain and his mouth. He doesn't really edit anything, so whatever pops into his head first, fortunately I speak Emilio, so I can usually figure it out. But like things like this, the other day he comes up to me and he goes, look, Tom Cruise, as he points to his shoes, and I'm going, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise. And I was thinking, because Tom Cruise had been at our home, we'd had a dinner, and I go, did he give you that as a gift? What Tom Cruise? He goes, yeah, the designer. I go, Tom Ford. That kind of thing is constant. You know what he calls the Queen of Soul? Urethra Franklin. It's more complicated. I don't understand. understand. He does crazy things. We're flying out of Vegas, and he goes, look, there it is, Notre Dame. I go, it's Hoover Dam. This kind of thing, it's like all the time. So he keeps me laughing. I think that's why we've been married 40 years.
And what also was, because your husband's directing you, but he keeps, in every movie, encouraging you to, like, cop off with other people.
I know. Yeah. What is that about?
I don't know. Is he trying to stray you?
He does encourage that. And feels
fascinating
very
psychological study.
Yeah, because actors are always a bit odd. But I heard you talking, and you were very honest about how excited you were to kiss Zac Efron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which is, what a great thing.
Well, not in a creepy way, a little bit.
We all get it. We all get it.
He was very young at the time, but my daughter...
well, then it's okay.
He was weak. I could pin him down.
I had a steamy sex scene in Love Ranch that Taylor directed. Yes, that was one of them. Well, you know what those scenes are like. They're so technical. There's 120 people on the set anyway. You know, it's something. No, don't put your leg there. You know, and put your hand here, and I'm going to shoot it this way, and it just becomes just a what's the word? A sort of mathematical thing to work out. But I know that the actor was absolutely mortified. You know, and he was really worried about it. But of course, it was absolutely fine. But
it must be kind of, you know, in terms of going to work, it's quite a nice thing to do, isn't it? Sometimes you know,
here's the thing.
You get to kiss some hot Hollywood actor.
I always hear actors say what you just said. It's technical. There's a crew.
That's just what we say.
And I just go, what? That's not true at all. It's awesome. I mean, come on. That isn't, you know, it's not too bad.
Because your kids were thrilled about the Zac Efron thing.
Yes. Zac kissed me, and I came home from work, and my daughter Maud ran up to me and licked my face. So that she could taste Zac's spit.
His minty spit. Because, Helen, I read somewhere you talked about your least favourite kisser was, but I won't ask about that. But who was your best?
Please don't go there. The best kisser? Ooh, gosh, what a difficult question. You mean stage kiss? You know, theatre. I mean, acting kisser.
It's all kissing.
No, it's not really, because, you know, that's what we so often as actors, especially actually more in the theatre, but also in auditions for, you know, film things, you walk in and, OK, you have to immediately be very intimate. If it's not actually kissing, it's touching, it's hugging with someone who you've literally met 30 seconds ago. So, you know, we get to be able to do that. Things that other people would just feel so embarrassed and weird. We have to be able to go there very quickly.
And it's really hard. It's really awful, isn't it?
That is very strange, though. When you, it's like you're done kissing somebody. Hi, I'm Paul. It is a very weird.
But Paul, your longest screen kiss was with someone very unlikely, wasn't it?
The most kisses I've had in a movie was with your hero, Jack Nicholson. Of all the,
Jack?
many times.
Can I lick your face?
Please do. He played my father in a film called How Do You Know, and the relationship that we had, that James L. Brooks, the director, wanted to portray was that of a very loving father and son. And no matter what kind of stress we were under or what the conflict in our relationship was, we would always kiss each other, hello and goodbye. And James Brooks likes to film a scene 70 times, if need be, or even if you don't need to, he'll still do it. So we just would always kiss.
On the lips?
Mm-hmm. It was great. But when I first met him, I was going to rehearse with Jack Nicholson, and I was very nervous because I'd never seen the man in person, let alone, you know, had never met him, and I was a huge fan. And when he showed up to the rehearsal, he walked in, he looked at me, grabbed me.
Wait. So you don't get any lipstick on it?
So this is what Jack Nicholson did. I was sitting on the couch. You're me. I'll be Jack Nicholson. And he came in. Excuse me, Leslie.
Okay.
He came in. He walked in. He's.
Leslie, she's like a gooseberry down the end.
Yes, you don't want my disease.
You've a cold, you've a cold. Back off, lady.
He really did that.
How old were you?
This was just a couple of years ago. And it was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah.
I bet it was. Now,
And mine.
And mine right now.
And actually, Miriam, you talk about your partner, Heather, who you've been together with, what, 50 years?
54.
54 years. But weirdly, you're together, you are, you know, you're married and everything, but you don't spend that much time together.
We live apart because she's an academic, a very brilliant woman, and she works on Indonesian history. So she lives in Amsterdam and I live in London. I can't live in Amsterdam because I can't work there.
Yeah.
So, but I live here. But now I think we want to live together. I really do want to live with her because we're old and we haven't got much time left and it's silly to be apart. Have you got a partner?
I'm not saying. I've got inyon with someone, though.
That's good. But don't waste time.
No,
don't
totally
waste
no.
time. And you've been married now for a year.
It's over a year, yes.
And it's going well.
So far. Don't jinx it, Miriam.
God forbid.
Julie Walters.
What?
Did you meet your...
God's sake. What? Leave me alone. What do you want to know?
Well, didn't you meet you met your husband in a club, didn't
Mind
you?
your own business.
The whole concept of chat show falling apart. Mind you, why are you asking me all these questions?
I'm tired.
But did you go clubbing a lot?
Clubbing?
Clubbing?
Yes, but yes, I did in Birmingham.
Yes.
My mother didn't. Yeah. What's that got to do with it?
But isn't that where you met your husband?
Oh, no, I met him in a bar.
Oh, a bar?
In Fulham, yes.
Oh, in Fulham?
It was full of frightfully posh people. It was full of what we used to call hooray Henrys. Everybody was frightfully posh. And I said, I remember saying at the time, I was a bit drunk. And I remember saying, I bet nobody here's a member of the Labour Party. And he said, I am, actually. And that was it. And then we met, and then he came home and never moved out. He mended my washing machine, told me I needed a pump. I misunderstood him.
Oh, dear. Did you follow a lot of that story, Didier?
Did you? I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry,
You didn't miss anything. I think the lesson learned is, Didier, you're quite right not to go to clubs. And Robbie, very quickly, can you just quickly tell us the story about being in LA and meeting the gangster?
Yeah. So, in Los Angeles, before children, I used to have this house that was just for football. I had a football pitch in the back.
This is so rock and roll. I love it.
Yeah.
A special house for football.
A special house for football, and then the kids came, and that was the end of that. That was the end of the fun. And so I'm up there one evening playing football, and there's a lot of people up there, small drive. Somebody's parked on the drive, and my neighbour can't get his car up the drive. My neighbour is Joey Pesci.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There he is. Yeah. That's the exact look that he gave as he turned into the football pitch with a 9-iron and came at you mother... I'll do this. You mother... I don't And it was absolutely terrifying because, you know, he does that face so well. And I was absolutely mortified and pretended it wasn't my house. I don't know, I was an idiot, the guy that owns the place.
But you should have been like Macaulay Culkin and done all these booby traps for him.
I didn't think. So I sort of scarper and I get out of there. And the next day, I hastily arrange a sign that says no parking, and I stick it down so everybody knows, including Mr. Joey Pesci, sorry, mate, that, you know, that I was doing something to stop this from happening. That evening, I went to an Italian restaurant, and the guy came over to me, and he went, "Hey, I really like what you did for Joey." So now I'm socially awkward and socially unaware, and I'm now proper myself. And I'm watching people as they leave the restaurant kind of go up to him and sort of kiss him like this. And like 20 people have done it, and I don't want to go to the loo because I don't want him to see me again. And and as I'm leaving, I think I must go to the loo. I can do it. So I go to the loo, and I'm coming back. And as I'm leaving this Italian restaurant, will you stand up a sec? Sure. He stood on some stairs. This guy, this gangster dude, and I sort of like was so nervous. I went over to him and just went. Kissed his Adam's apple.
Still alive. It's still alive. Ricky, you say you've been dating since before the internet and before computers, but you have a lovely way of using social media as a tribute to your partner, Jane.
Yeah. I just, yeah.
I like your in the bar faces that you do.
I do in the bar faces, but then I also get pictures if we're out or something. I sort of like lag behind and get Jane by herself with no one on, and I take a picture of her and I tweet Jane with all her friends.
Yeah. So like, imagine. So I don't know how funny Jane finds these, but they are funny.
Fine.
So here's one you tweeted of Jane. Jane thought she'd made a new friend, but it was just a shadow. Which is the next one? Oh, this is exactly what you're describing. Jane thinking about making new friends.
I went, Jane, look at those crows.
But does she not know you're doing it? Does she not think, where is he? Where is he?
She sees the tweet.
This one is, Jane is looking so happy because her new friend hasn't walked away yet. And then, like...
Does she ever, when she's posing for one of these pictures, does she go, is this one of those pictures where you're going to make me look like I have no friends?
No. I'm so convincing.
But also, there had to be a few words at home after you posted this one. Just found this photo of Jane when she was little. There had to be a gift. You must have given her a gift after that.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's what being in a relationship for 30 years does.
We don't have the kiss cam here, so can you explain what the kiss cam is?
Well, they have a kiss cam. In other words, they have a camera, a hidden camera, and during the game they'll focus it on two people, male and a female, whatever. And when they do, you're supposed to kiss.
They show it up on the big jumbotron, the big screen in the arena.
And when they did it to us, I figured, well, I got to get a laugh because I just kept it there. So I leaned over and I mounted my wife, and we got everything to a laugh. Tastefully mounted her. And then next time we go to the game, they do it again. So this time we had to do something else. So I gave her a very long kiss, and then kind of started to saunter down south, and that. No, very subtle, very subtle. And then this continued, and by the 7th or 8th time, we ran out of things to do, and we said, geez, we want to go to the game, but because you don't know who these people are. We never met these camera people. We tried to meet them, they stopped doing it because we couldn't top it. So here we are. We invite Jason because he wants to see a basketball game. We invite him and his wife, and we have dinner down there, and we're telling him of our predicament, and we then decided what we would do, and that is if the camera put the camera on Lisa and I, that I would look toward Lisa, and then just before I kissed her, I would slowly turn and see this guy next to me, who was Jason.
The camera would pan.
And we've got some still. This is how it builds. So there you see seeing each other. And then you're going in for it. I'm really eager.
I'm a generous guy.
Yeah. And then let me go over the guy. Look at him go. Oh, beautiful.
And then I took the gum out of my mouth and returned it back into his mouth.
Now, Ollie Murs, you are going to be singing for us.
I am.
Kiss cam! Oh. Kiss cam!
I'll do it.
You did
I'll do
it.
it.
I saw it.
We got it.
And now, Dame Judy, are you a fan of Ollie Murs' music? Have you heard his music before?
I have here.
Yes.
Sitting right here.
Okay.
We're
Kiss
old
cam!
friends.
Kiss cam!
Oh, please. No one told me it was going to be this way.
You missed it! You missed it! Do it again.
No one told me it was going to be this way.